everybody, welcome to Gexup's first vlog in a long time, and, this is a great new feature since I got myself a new Skype recorder, and, thank you, Cendoo, for giving me this new Skype recorder. I'm able to do vlogs with, all sorts of guys on my, contacts list, and today, I have Highwings89 with me.
Hey guys, what's up?
Yeah, man. What are we going to be talking about in this, vlog here, man?
Hulk smash. Grr.
Wait, the Incredible Hulk?
No, the Avengers.
Okay, the Avengers. Yeah, all right.
I gotta make that sound.
The craziest thing is that I just saw the Avengers last night. I mean, it was opening day here in Japan because, U.S. gets the whole, the new shit first, and us, Japan, and everybody else, every other country in Asia had to wait like a week or a couple of weeks after it was on opening day. And man, this was a great action flick, man.
It was like, at first I was really worried that I thought, it's like there was a lot of leading up to the movie, but at the same time I was fearing that it might burn out, but the movie was really good. Like I thought it was like. It kind of blew me away. Like I was really surprised, and I don't know. Strangely, I want more like from the movie. So I don't know. It's
man, that movie kicked ass. I mean, it's this kind of movie that has a worldwide audience. Well, I wouldn't say worldwide. I mean, a big audience, rabid fans that just wants pure action, and it's not my kind of cup of tea because, to them, it's kind of like lacking story. I mean, it kind of sounds like I'm a little bit of a hypocrite for liking this movie a lot because it's also having the same kind of audience that's also a demographic for those guys that watches the Transformers.
Heck, dude, I tell you, man, I felt Iron Man 1 and 2 were cool, but I felt like the other Marvel movies, they didn't have too much action. And it's like whenever they would have action, it would probably be like a 5 or 10 minute, just 5 minute scene of them doing stuff. But this was like a full out war, and I was like, I was loving it. It was filling me up like for my hunger Marvel war craving. Like I got a good full dose of it, and I'm pretty full.
Oh man, I mean the reason why I don't like I'm a big Marvel fan, but with this kind of movie, it's like a lot of action, and it's like a lot of build up to that kind of movie. But it does a lot of fan service, and not only for the comic book fans, but also to the movie going experience. The action flick audiences, and I'm not like one of those guys that wants action flick. I'm always those guys who's looking for a really great screenplay and an artistic usage of cinematography, and Avengers was everything that Transformers failed to do in making a good movie. Like, for example, they had to put in a fucking racist joke. They had to have an annoying character trying to amuse the audience. And especially the third reason why I hate Transformers, human characters. One of those characters that just shoved right in there just to watch the main attraction. Some of the characters in Transformers were useless, but I swear to God, Transformers, they got nothing on the Avengers. They got absolutely.
zip. Because in the movies, not only do you have great action, but you have good story that all the events they lead up to one thing to another, and the story was well built, and all of the characters they pull their own weight. I love it. Even the minor ones, it's who are especially the shield agents. It's everyone is going all crazy and things are going chaotic, and they're just trying to make sense of everything. And I love I love all the heroes that were in the Avengers. It's they were I don't know. It felt like everyone had their own screen time and they played their part well. It's no one really everyone was pretty balanced. No one really took all the spotlight or hogged it. No, but I don't know. And plus, I love Robbie Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr.
And I have to say, they did a pretty good job. Though Man, I don't know. Plus, like Robert Downey Jr. Whatever scene he's in, he hits it out of the park. He kind of steals it, but everyone plays a good part. But it's like Robert Downey Jr. He's just mad hilarious in this film. I was like, I love how he just teases everybody. It's just mad funny.
Oh yeah, I can absolutely relate to him as an actor because he just likes to use what should I call it? He just likes to use like one-liners, and I mean, just like one simple response, immediately the entire theater roars with laughter, especially here in the Avengers. But before we talk about the Avengers as a whole, what do you think about the pre-Avengers movies before the Avengers itself?
Well, I don't know. I have a bit of mixed feelings about it. Well, the Avenger movie by itself, it's a really good film, but movies like movies like Thor and Captain America, like I thought they were good films, but I felt they were a little bit kind of diluted a bit because it's like half of the movie is setting up these characters to be in the Avengers film. So the movie doesn't really have its own so Captain America or Thor, they're not really the main focus in their movie, which I felt was a little bit bad because it's like Thor and like Captain America, these are really, really dynamic and really cool characters. I wish the movie was more focused on them. Like, especially for Captain America, he's in this beautiful World War II period, and now half of the movie he's already in modern times. He's already being brought from that era to another one. I mean, I would have loved to see another sequel about Captain America fighting the good old war in World War II, but now he's frozen in ice and he's awaiting to be discovered. I mean, I don't know. I have to say, Iron Man, he was a bit more lucky because, like, at least in Iron Man, he had his own first movie to set up his character and the people to know him, and to relate to him. Then Iron Man 2, that's when they started sending up the Avengers. Like, half the movie was already him, like, starting up this whole team. But Iron Man 2, what I like about Iron Man 2 at the same time was that when they were setting up this Avenger movie, it was going along with the story of Iron Man 2. Because I don't know, I don't want to say any spoilers, but because I don't want to mention too much for people who haven't seen the film, but the story with him and S.H.I.E.L.D. that sets up the Avengers, it's directly helping him in the second film. So I love that correlation. There's a reason why he's doing it. But in Captain America and in Thor, it's just that the Avengers story, it seems to clash with like Thor's and Captain America. Which is why I feel like it's a little bit diluted for the other Avengers, for the other pre-Avengers film. But I think it's okay because like there are like, you hear rumors or news that Thor 2 and Captain America, those movies are coming out. And so I'm really looking forward to that because I like to see. I'm really hoping to see Captain America and Thor in their own movies. Them just being the main star without that Avengers thing kind of popping through. I mean, like, not too much, like, because in Iron Man 1, like, the Avengers story, that was just a side note, and I think that's how it should be, because like this is their own movie. They have to be the stars, man. You can't be popping in too many other things in there. I mean, it's like, sure, it's all good, but if you have a Thor movie, it should be about Thor, and Captain America, it should be about Captain America.
Yeah, okay. I think we're talking way too much about the pre-Avengers movie, but overall, what do you think was the best pre-Avengers film? Before we got into this film that's currently in the theaters as of this recording.
All right. Well, I don't know. It's like, I think it's between Captain America and maybe Iron Man 2. Because even though people said that, Iron Man 2 was not as good as Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2, they at least set up the stages. They got the ball rolling for the other films.
I just didn't really like Tony Stark and Pepper arguing back and forth to each other in almost the entire second film.
that was a bit annoying because like at this point you should see them really like getting close and supporting each other, and the film really suffers from this really stupid thing called lack of communication. Like, oh, this is happening, but he can't tell her because he doesn't want, because he can't at the moment, or and that's where the drama comes from. Was like none of the characters know what the hell's going on. I mean, it's like I don't know. I just feel that was just way too. I don't know. It just seemed too easy, like too elementary. Like, come on now. I mean, this is Tony Stark. He's kick ass. He shouldn't have to go through this crap. Yeah. I mean, he should tell Pepper what's going on, and maybe the real drama could have came out in hopes of her trying to help him if he did tell her his dark secret. But no, they didn't do that. So yeah.
Oh man, you know what was my favorite? Sorry for interrupting, but you know what was my favorite pre-Avengers film before the Avengers film itself?
What?
I liked Thor the most.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I mean, all right. Press and play. Sorry guys, we had to move to a different location because I've been hearing this beep over and over again, and Highwings89 needed to recharge his batteries on his iPad, which he's communicating with me right now.
The thing's on, but the messed up part is that I plug it into my PS3, but it says it's not charging because it's gay. What the hell? It's everything. Why does everything need to be English and Korean? Why can't it be simple?
English is a hard language for you, man?
No. Why can't all these stupid like brand electronics just get along? It's like I know they could communicate with each other, but they just refuse to. They just says, "Oh, I don't speak any English," and that's exactly what they say. Is that I speak Korean? You don't know Korean? Well, I do now. Okay, it's fine.
Oh man.
It's plugged in.
Now let's continue about. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, why I like Thor the most. Well, here's the thing about like each of the pre-Avengers film before the Avengers itself. Every single one of them were made by a different director. The one who directed Captain America was the same director of the guy who made what was that film? The Rocketeer. Yeah, I remember watching that as a kid, and I felt absolutely nostalgic watching Captain America: The First Avenger. And Thor, the director, he directed Hamlet, and the Hamlet the movie, the one made in 1990, and I was like, what the hell is he doing reviewing the comic book movie? Oh, Thor.
Yeah, dude, I have to tell you, like, and one of the things, like, I don't know, I saw some of the deleted scenes from Thor, and they were more focused on that character. They were really good. It would have made the film like so much better as a whole, and I was like, oh, why didn't he put that in there? And I heard the commentary. He said they were trying to do a more direct approach, or synthetic, I guess, to make the film short to the point. I don't know. I still feel that all those good deleted scenes, they were just cut so they could put in that.
I mean, like, everybody's making the same complaint on the Thor movie, saying that it's incomplete. There's too much drama and less action. I think that's because like I said, I just want a good screenplay and memorable lines from characters and something that you want to quote and something that gives you like an everlasting appeal. And that's what I got out of Thor. And everybody has a different opinion in mind, but that's just me.
Hammer? We know you're hammered. It's like hilarious line.
And now when we get to the Avengers film, wow. I mean, like, this movie had all the rules for disaster, and not a single one of those films ever, not a single moment in that film ever failed.
Yeah, oh my god, the film was like, I don't know, everyone is, oh my, each character that appeared on screen, you could hear the crowd cheering. It's like they were like freaking rock stars, man. Like, especially Thor. Everyone was going wild when he went on top of the plane and you heard that thunder. I was like, oh, he's about to kick some serious ass or something.
Oh man, and especially when we're talking about like superheroes that are not, despite the fact that they're all comic book superheroes, what makes them so totally different is that they're from different settings, different genres, and and different stories. Because Captain America's from like the 1940s World War II era. Thor is like in the fantasy settings where the gods roam the earth, and Iron Man's like in the modern day future setting where he's making all these futuristic armor and weapons. And to try to clam them all together is kind of like, this is how I feel about Avengers, because it's kind of like, here's a taste of milk of Iron Man. Here's the taste of milk. Now Thor. Here's the taste of sugar. And now here's Captain America. Here's the taste of dough. And here's the taste of the Incredible Hulk, which is the frosting. And then when you add that together, you got cake. Or cupcakes or something like that. Yeah. And this is what I'm surprised that not a single person who reviewed the Avengers movie has said. This is Iron Man 3. This is Thor 2. This is Captain America 2. This is Incredible Hulk 3. And this is Hawkeye 1.
I think it's just a awesome movie. It's a big bundle of awesomeness.
Oh man, the reason why Nick Fury is gathering all these most powerful guys together as the Avengers, instead of just calling them the Shield, is because, since he's already the leader of the Shield, he's trying to protect the Earth from an incoming war that's soon bound to happen. I always find it pretty ironic seeing that he knows this war is going to happen, but how did he know it?
Yeah, that's one thing I was wondering too. I guess that's all in writing, but like I don't know. I was thinking, he's in the first movie. He's like, I'd like to talk to you about something about the Avenger Initiative. Like everyone's going crazy. Then it's like, then you see the agent Carson, and he's like, I need to recruit you for an Avengers Initiative, and it's like, it seems like they know what the heck is coming. It's as if they know a threat is coming. But at the same time, when you see the Avengers, it's like, oh, that threat just happened to come here. It's like, it just seemed very random. How does he know that? Can he tell the future? Can he read minds?
I think we're over-examining it. We're not talking about the film in general. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Well, we should still. I don't know. The film is just awesome.
All right. I don't want to spoil anything for you with anything, because this film is so goddamn entertaining. I don't want to ruin a single thing for those who haven't seen it. So, so anybody who hasn't watched the Avengers film, please shut this off and go watch this for yourself. Okay, now with that out of the way,
we have to talk about the Hulk. I mean, they changed him drastically, and it paid off. It's like...
Well, I always wondered, did you like Ang Lee's The Hulk, or did you like the Incredible Hulk?
I don't know. Ang Lee's, I could respect what he was doing, but it just didn't pan off as well. The final product. I like the Incredible Hulk a lot better because it's like, I don't know, because like Edward Norton, he's just, oh god, he's just an incredible actor, and in fact he was first cast to play the first Hulk movie, but he didn't take it. And I wish he did, because he's such a psychological character. He's such a psychological actor. And the first Hulk movie is just all but psychological. It really tries to dive...
Yeah, it was, but I think that's the reason why I like the first Hulk film. Because, it just showed the tortured background of Hulk instead of just being, him being a big, strong guy, smash everything in sight.
Yeah, but
okay.
but that's the... I don't know, but that's the thing. Like, I didn't like the actor playing him because, like, I don't think, even though I think he's a good actor, it's like Edward Norton. He's phenomenal when it comes to roles like that.
Yeah, but the only thing the first Hulk film was depressing. But the one thing I always thought was funny was when the father and son were confronting each other in the military facility, and they were so overreacting that it's funny.
Dude, I heard someone in the movie theater laughing at that part. I was like, I'm a kid.
Dude, I was already tearing up because it was one of the most depressing films I've ever seen since Grave of the Fireflies, but someone in the background was laughing their ass off saying, this film is shit.
Well, I mean, it has some weird, unintentional, funny moments, that film, and when I was a kid watching that film, I was kind of confused at what was going on. Like,
Yeah, it was so dark. I think it was like one of the darkest comic book movies I've ever seen. Darker than Tim Burton's Batman, for God's sake.
yeah, it was pretty deep. Like, at some point in that film, they were considering keeping that guy in sedation for the rest of his life.
Oh man, and okay, we're gonna go back in the film because we're always getting sidetracked and all that stuff. I mean, because we're big comic book fans. I mean, I read more than just Marvel. I would read Images comics, Vertigo comics, DC comics, Dark Horse comics, especially. God damn, I just can't get enough of comic books. And to see that movies like, see companies like Marvel doing all their favorite franchises from the comic books and bringing them to the big screen, and doing a good job. More than half of the movies they made, they did an excellent job. Minus, of course, Spider-Man 3 and Elektra.
Yeah, actually, I have to admit, like, despite what I might think of the pre-Avengers films, like the small things, like their backstory and like the details of some of the characters in there, they stay pretty true to the character. Like, and I don't know, and I guess this is all coming from Marvel Studios. They don't have some hack studio changing up the story, making like a Thor like some weird baker part-time and a hero at night. This is like they seem to stay pretty true to some of the origin stories of these characters. Like, Thor is like, when he had like, he was wearing a T-shirt and it had like a sticker Don Blake.
Which one? On the first movie?
Yeah, in the first Thor movie. Supposedly that was Thor's alias when he was human and he had amnesia. He didn't know who he was. So it's pretty cool that they snuck that in there. They have a lot of cool cookies or little cookies in the films, and I think that's pretty cool.
Cookies, I love the way you example it. But now let's get to the story here, because what Nick Fury was trying to do is grab all the best guys that had their own movie and try to put them into one film. And
Oh, though, I feel like I want to ask you a question, though.
All right, go ahead, ask me the question before we get to the big deal of the conflict.
How did you like the performance of the current Hulk? Do you think, compared to the other Hulks done in the past, do you like it, or do you like where they gone with this direction?
Well, he was better than the 1970s or 80s Hulk, which was poor special effects. yeah. I don't know. The Incredible Hulk to me was just an action flick, and it's kind of disappointing that the story was kind of lacking and it was all action. And the original Hulk, there's a lot of emotional investment that it's not, you find it so memorable, but at the same time you're just so confused at times and depressed. Now what Nick Fury, now back into the film for the 5th time or whatever. Nick Fury is getting all these guys, and it's really amazing that he made a space shuttle, an aircraft, right? And he, up in the middle of the ocean, and then he's able to, transform the whole thing into a giant saucer, a flying base, for God's sake. I never saw that coming, man. And then out of nowhere, they were trying to have an organizing meeting, and we only got like 2 action scenes in this film. And the whole entire film, it was just them. The beginning of the film was just trying to gather all those guys, and and then in the middle of the film, they were trying to show what kind of relationship and character arcs each of these characters have. Like Captain America and Tony Stark, they couldn't get along with each other. And who is that? Scarlett Johansson. Oh, Black Widow. She was trying to control the Hulk, the Hulk's anger before he turned into Hulk, and Thor is still trying to figure out what are they doing their brother. And how do we forget the main villain? One of my biggest fault with this film is the main villain, Loki.
Well, the thing about Loki and the reason why they went with this direction was that in the comic books, Loki is one of the main reasons why the Avengers formed together and why the Avengers became the Avengers.
Okay, so they were trying to follow the established continuity. That's what I liked about this film. But the actor playing Loki, he wasn't as intimidating as the comic book. He kind of looked like a bright-eyed, smiley face that you could find from, the guy from one of those actors that played Will Turner from, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, he was. I don't know. He just seems a bit too young.
Yeah, too smiley, and he doesn't have that. He doesn't have that look like Hannibal Lecter that gives you that intimidating look like this guy's a son of a bitch. He's gonna dominate the world. And don't you think it was kind of funny when he was like did his first reign of chaos, and he was like, kneel before me, and everybody kneeled before him just because they saw superhero powers. But in reality, I could swear that there were some people that are gonna smile and say, is this guy serious? He doesn't even look like leadership material. Kneel before me.
You have this like cocky, blue-eyed, smiling guy with like cheesy gold plating, ordering people around. I wouldn't take him seriously until he killed me, I guess. But
yeah, because I think Loki was looked a lot older than the actor that's playing this dude. I mean, Loki. Yeah.
Oh, actually, there's a lot of weird things about Loki that originally in the comic books, like Loki, he is Odin's brother. And he's technically Thor's uncle, which to me, if they went with that direction, he would have been a lot more intimidating and much more of a threat. Like, this is like Thor's elder, and he has to respect him, and there's going to be a lot of conflict because, like, it gives more reason for Loki to want to be the leader. But now that they made him like the brother of Thor, it seems kind of weird. Like,
because Thor is so manly, and Loki is like adopted.
Yeah. I love that line.
Yeah, me too.
Everyone was burst out laughing on that part.
Dude, the audience that I went to this theater at, they were having this. They were fucking wild, man. They were like Transformers crazy. They were like anything that the filmmakers put in that scene, it is completely effective, and then they just burst out roaring, laughing, and if there's like a really own-ish scene, they're like, oh.
Yeah, I have to admit that film it's pretty well made. Just like Thor's, like they have like good one-liners, and they have the moments in the right places, and it's done good. It's done well, and like, oh my god, it's just funny. It's like like how everyone reacts, especially Thor. It's like he's adopted. Like after they said,
"Hey, Highwings, I don't mean to interrupt, but just face the camera when you're talking because it looked like I'm a ghost and you're not talking to me."
Okay. Oh, god diggity, gonna go over to the side. Alright, never mind. Sorry, okay. Anyway, yeah. Back to the movie.
Look
Thor.
at me!
Wait, I'm thinking. If I'm looking this way, it means I'm remembering something and I'm not lying. But if I'm looking this way, it's supposedly I'm lying. But if I'm trying to think of something, I can't turn this way because it feels like a contradiction.
All right.
No, I can't. Okay, anyway. What was I doing? Yes, Thor. Yeah, it's like, I love that line when she says, like, in the last 2 days, he's killed 206 people. And Thor's like, he's adopted.
Yeah, okay. Now, in the middle of the film, they were showing how these characters interact. I mean, like, I like the fact that we're learning more and more about these characters that felt like it was incomplete in the previous Avengers film. Like, because, like, we never realized why Tony Stark is actually mumble-jumble, and then later on, Captain America's, like, diving into his character arc, trying to bring him out. Why did he become a superhero instead of, is it because he wanted to save people, or is it because of ego and money?
Yeah, that's, I like how, I don't know, I love how the story plays out, because, like, in a movie with all these Avengers, you can't make them go through another arc. These are pretty much like established and developed characters in themselves. But I just love the dynamic at first. Like everyone's just hating and just giving each other a hard time and messing with people. It's like Captain America, he's being all patriotic and stiff about where's your duty, son. It's like, what type of man are you with all that suit of armor? Then Tony Stark just lets him have it.
Yeah, and oh man, in Hawkeye, he didn't get, we didn't dive into his character arc as, like everybody claimed, as much as everybody claimed it to be. But I especially like the fact that, he was there at the beginning of the film and he was like brainwashed by Loki, and then, when by the time we get to our first action scene, that's when, Black Widow knocked him out and brought his conscience back.
Yeah, there's just one thing I liked. I don't know, Hawkeye. I liked how he looked in the Thor movie because, like,
yeah,
he looked like a cool sniper. He looked like a modern day like archer or sniper, like an Asian / archer. And I was like, I liked how he looked, and he had like a cool ass bow. He had like multiple like gear strings and a scope on there, and I'm like, that looks like a modernized bow. Like, who wouldn't want to own that? Then it's like,
yeah, fuck guns. We need arrows like black Hawkeyes,
Yeah. And fight with shields, like.
Man, and the way he was using it in this film, it was so epic. It looked so real. Okay, and when they captured Loki, after he started his first reign of chaos, kneel before me. Oh man, Captain America just literally took him down with his mighty shield. No, wait. He didn't take him down. It was Iron Man that took him down.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. And then I was like, at this moment at the film, that was like 30 minutes of the film already. And I was like wondering, man, when are we going to see Thor? And then out of nowhere, when they were trying to deliver Loki from a plane to the Avengers base, the SHIELD base, Thor just grabbed him and he was like trying to pull him away and trying to, once again, convince him that what he's doing is evil. And that was so awesome to see the Avengers fighting each other for the first time. Now, scratch that. There was 3 action sequences. The first one was with Thor, Captain America, and Iron Man fighting each other. And that was hilarious that Thor couldn't hurt Iron Man as much as he wanted to because of his armored suits.
Yeah, I love that part when it said, like, Thor is summoning lightning, then he hits Tony, and it's like his suit gets recharged. Suit is recharged for 100%. And it's like, how about that? I was like, oh, that's awesome.
That's awesome. Oh, and the part where Captain America was breaking up the fight and Thor refused to, when he was holding that shield against Thor's hammer, out of nowhere, the whole force just deforested.
Yeah. I love the dynamic, how each of them, like, balance each other out, and I love that scene because, like, Captain America, Iron Man, and Thor, those are the 3 founding members of, like, the Avengers, and I'm like, that's an amazing scene.
At this point, we were all waiting for the Hulk to be in action, and we wouldn't see that until after, in the middle of the second action scene.
I really like the Hulk. Like, I don't know, because, like,
he was so much better than Ang Lee's the Hulk and God damn it, what's that other film? Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, because, like, the thing about the Hulk, and I feel like it's always been done, is that the Hulk, they always put him off as, like, the mindless monster.
And they add a serious tone, making us feel like we're sympathizing with this character. And, in this one, we just don't care about how sympathetic this character is. We just want to see how much smash he's going to cause.
Yeah, and not only that, but how much, like, this, at least a glimpse of personality. He even speaks in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Which I like. It's like, and I think it's, like, the perfect setting for, like, Hulk. It's like, there's a bunch of enemies. He needs to smash them. He's happy and he's good.
Oh, man. And what was also great about this film? Scarlett Johansson as the Black Widow. Well,
Scarlett Johansson it's pretty good.
Dude, I was sitting in the theater, and there was like 2 perverts sitting at the back of me, and they were like, "Oh shit! Oh man, look at that ass!" I'm like, and my brother was like tapping me on his shoulder, and he was like, I was thinking the same thing.
I think on some parts of the movie, I was thinking the same thing too. At some point, I thought this was a Mass Effect game, if you get what I mean.
Don't compare Mass Effect 3 to this movie, man.
No, just the scene when it has Miranda, and certain places.
Okay, that's good too. Okay.
Yeah, if people
Okay.
understand,
All right.
whenever Miranda's around, be sure to get ready to see some.
Man, don't you think Scarlett Johansson kind of changed the way sex symbol is now? Because ever since Angelina Jolie became like one of the biggest star in Hollywood, all the girls wanted to be like her because every man saw her big lips, and they do plastic surgery on them to do big lips and make them look like fishes. And then Scarlett Johansson, she's making like redheads popular, and I kind of like that when they're trying to redefine sex symbol, because people to this day are still trying to intimidate. Oh, ladies to this day are still trying to intimidate Marilyn Monroe. They're still trying to intimidate God damn it, Angelina Jolie, and now Scarlett Johansson's in around, and I'm gonna imagine seeing a lot of redheads coming after Avengers has been seen. All right, and then that's the beginning of our second action sequence here in this film, when we have,
Oh, I remember.
Loki was also planning to make Hulk Unleashed.
Oh
And
yeah.
it caused even more damage because he's also an uncontrollable monster, and he doesn't recognize any of the members of the Avengers. That's kind of ironic because in the second action scene, all of a sudden Hulk is listening to the Avengers.
Yeah. Oh, so another thing I liked about that scene when like Loki's in the cage and Nick Fury's outside. I love that part when he says "ant" and "boot." I was like, that was awesome.
Oh yeah, but they were also, also Shield and Nick Fury was also hiding some secrets from the Avengers because they were carrying a nuke. And what was the reason why they were carrying it? Because they were going to use it on Hulk just in case if he does something wrong.
Oh no. They were gonna go nuclear on that site just in case, as a last resort. Like they were planning on to destroy the city to destroy the portal. So
so they're gonna have to. It's kind of like Watchmen, where they have to kill millions to save billions, huh?
yeah, it was that scenario. Exactly that scenario.
Yeah, but this one's not. It's not a complex scenario. It's like they're gonna do it. No, I mean, they're like there's two conflicts, and both of them we have to save the world. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and now Loki. Oh, how did I forget? I was so upset that Natalie Portman didn't make it in this film because she played a good love interest for Thor, but her uncle or whoever was working with her was also being brainwashed by Loki to make that portal, right?
Yeah, her father's like sort of like an elder father figure, like the uncle, not really her uncle, but like, yeah, he was brainwashed into making that portal for that guy.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
And that was really cool when Loki was all the plan was going together when Loki was getting himself free. Hulk is unleashed because that explosion got him mad, and oh man, that was so awesome to see Thor versus the Hulk.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, I wanted to see more of it because I'm thinking, these are.
Well, you want to see more of it, you can see the animated film, but anyway, this is the live action we're talking about.
I've seen the animated film, and if Hulk was unleashed on Asgard, there would be pain. It would be awful, not pretty at all.
Man,
but,
Thor was manhandled the Hulk. He was like waiting for his hammer to come along, and then out of nowhere, he just smashed his head right across his cheeks, and then Hulk just landed on the aircraft.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, I don't know, I think.
And everybody, they had that slow motion effect when Thor hit Hulk, and everybody simultaneously in the theater said, "Oh!" And I'm like, and I was doing the same thing too, and I was like, that was like an amazing experience in that theater, watching the Avengers in that film.
I love that moment when the Hulk, even though like Thor had the upper hand, I love how he gave him that final punch like to the side. That was priceless.
Oh man,
that's like another thing I like about the Hulk. Yeah, about that personality. Plus, like I really want to see like a battle between those two. I think it would be really awesome. These are like, one of Marvel's two most powerful characters, the Hulk versus Thor. That'd be epic.
Oh man,
yeah.
Every one of those characters got some spotlight. It's not like one character is exactly the main character and he hogged up all the spotlight.
Yeah, everyone was pretty good.
Even
And
Hawkeye, because at first I was gonna say, everybody who's told me that everybody got what is it? Their own character arc and their own screen time. I was gonna say bullshit. They didn't give Hawkeye, but no. When he got his conscience back, they showed that they had some backstory with Scarlett Johansson. I mean Black Widow. Sorry, I keep saying Scarlett Johansson. I just can't stop thinking about the
they
hotness
are
of
now
her hair.
inseparable. Scarlett Johansson is now Black Widow. It's like she fills up the suit nicely. It's hard to not think of her as the Black Widow at the moment.
All right, now back in the film. Oh man, I just love the fact that we just learn more of these characters, and I'm like, it's like the idea that we saw in the movie, or else we're gonna be begging for more, because this is not just all action. It's just like this is like trying to promote the comic books that was started like so many decades ago, and now they're in the big screen. They're trying to expand the Avengers franchise in a great degree.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, and the second action flick, it was like they're trying to save the ship, and they're trying to stop Loki by being free, and that was so awesome the way Loki tricked Thor into going to the same cell as he was. Oh man, remember that scene when I thought Thor and Loki were gonna have a battle inside the cave and all this in the chamber, but out of nowhere it was like a trick holographic stuff. And how do we forget about this side character? Tony Stark's one agent.
I think Agent Carson.
Yeah, that dude.
Yeah,
he was just as funny as he was in Iron Man 2, man.
Yeah, everyone loved that character. Like, I don't know. I guess he had to pass away for the Avengers to assemble or form. But
he had to die in that film. God.
Yeah, I feel like that was a really big loss because like everyone really even though he was just a small side character, everyone loved the guy.
Because he just had a lot of great one-liners, and he's comedic just as Tony Stark, man.
And in this moment, and how he's silent, how he speaks, and like people were even wondering or like thinking about like having like an Agent Carson movie or something. And can you imagine? I would see that movie.
No, it's gonna feel like Men in Black if he's fighting against all these super mutants and super villains.
Yeah, but like at the same time, it's like he's a SHIELD agent, and I'm pretty sure it's like they had a short film of him. Like this was in between when this was when he was driving from like Tony Stark's mansion to go see Thor's hammer, and he stops at a gas station, right? And the gas station is being looted or robbed. So by himself, he was able to take out these two thugs with shotguns, and he was able to kick their butts or asses. But it was really cool, and I was thinking I could really see this guy in his own movie.
Yeah, it was, man. Oh,
it was sad though.
Yeah, but at least he did one more good catchphrase before he died. When he fired the gun at Loki, he was like, "Oh, so that's what he does."
Yeah.
At least that was one last good impression before he goes away.
Yeah.
But and then next we also had as soon as Thor was locked in his chamber, Loki just set the trap and released the chamber while Thor was gonna fall down 5 million feet down to the ground, and then he's gonna die. And then everybody was panicking. I was already sweating. I was like, how's Thor gonna get out of this? He gotta make it to the end of the film. And then out of nowhere, break out of the chamber because any kind of possibility could happen in this film. Anybody could die out in this movie, and it will be effective.
The thing I really like Thor in this movie, like he didn't really do that much fighting or like action in the first film because like half of the film is like he doesn't have powers, but this one it's really good to see him strut his stuff and just be himself and kick total ass. It's like especially when he's hitting that hammer or when
he wasn't comedic. He wasn't as funny as he was in the Thor film because it was a fish out of water story where he was like, I need a horse, another round,
another. Smashes his face. Oh god, yeah. I remember he went into like a pet shop and asked It's
Yeah,
like,
it was so disappointed that, again, Natalie Portman didn't make it because it seems like
yeah.
they were bound to see each other again, and damn it, they're not gonna see each other in this film.
Well, they probably couldn't get her, but like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like to me, what I liked about him was that he was really, I don't know, I just loved his style. Like, you get a sense of who he is through his fighting. It's like, especially when he's swinging that hammer to fly, or when he's like summoning up a tornado to shoot like a lightning bolt or thunder from his hammer. It's just, it's so amazing. Like, I don't know, that's one thing I like about it, I guess.
Yeah, and now, since Loki is gone, we just had to give into another couple of minutes of build-up before we get to the final action scene. And you know where the portal's coming from? Tony Stark's industry, his apartment, his building.
Yeah, I think Tony Stark, I think he was a bit pissed when he found out that
he was like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, he took his building and made it into like a beacon of doom or something.
Oh yeah. Seems like he's caring about nothing else but his corporation and his buildings and his possessions.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, Tony Stark, he's just, I don't know, he was just awesome in that film. I loved like his new suit, like how he was able to get that on. He jumps out of the freaking building and he has it put on. Talk about intense.
But I didn't really like the fact that he took off his armor just to confront Loki. Probably he was just showing him his bravery and then use more of that, try to get action flicky when he's trying to put on his suit while he's falling down.
Wait, I don't know, for some odd reason, yes, and he seems to be very vulnerable when he does it. He only took it off because it was damaged after he got the propeller.
Oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense, yeah. So he needed that new one as fast as possible.
Yeah, but I'm thinking he's pretty cool against a supernatural, godlike being.
Yeah.
I'm like thinking at any moment this guy could die. He's not in his Iron Man suit right now.
But remember, Thor couldn't even take down Iron Man because his suit was so, indestructible.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. It's like, it's energy converter. Ah, man, I love that scene between, like, Thor and Iron Man. They're just...
we keep talking about Thor, Iron Man, and all that stuff, but we always keep forgetting about Captain America.
Yeah, I feel a little bit... I have mixed... Well,
he's
I don't know.
Underwhelming. Let's be honest here. The reason why he was created is because it was for Marvel's way to show patriotism to the troops, the American soldiers back in like 1940s, I believe. And then they're still carrying on to this character instead of abandoning him. And I like the fact that he's still around, trying to bring back that nostalgic 1940s old style of America. But at the same time, he's like, all he has is just a shield and agility and all that stuff.
Well, I don't know. Well, he's just an old character from like the old golden age of comics, like how Superman and Batman was. But like, yeah, I was sort of thinking the same thing. He was like, and
because
I feel
remember, Iron Man was like, when you saw Iron Man in the first issue or his first appearance, he looked so different. And then in the course, they changed his appearance just to make him look more awesome. And that's what Iron Man is today in the film. I just wish they could modernize his costume in the, Captain America, because I know Phil said this before, but he looked like he's going to a birthday party.
I don't want to be mean. I didn't want to say it, but like, I have mixed feelings about the current costume in the Avengers movie. Like, his other costume, like in World War II. Yeah. It looked amazing, like, and it looked like something you would really wear in combat. Like, it has padding, looks like it could be bulletproof, and it has a hard helmet. And it's like, that looked like a beautiful humanitarian, like, old era uniform.
That's like the most modern version of Captain America you can get. And now they went back to this bold, unoriginal costume that just is embarrassing to look at. You're like,
I don't want the blues and the reds, especially the reds.
No, there's more blue than red, man.
Yeah, I don't know, the red boots and gloves. They look too clowny for me. Like, I was thinking, why?
And to think that Ben Affleck quit being Daredevil because he didn't want to be remembered as the guy wearing tights.
Yeah, I mean, I have to admit, his tights is like Daredevil. He looked pretty cool, but
Yeah.
Captain America in this one just looked.
It looked
I
like
don't
PJs
know.
for crying out loud.
I don't. It looked kind of like a clown ready to fight. Like I don't know about you, but you have freaking Iron. I don't know, dude. I mean, you have Iron Man. He has like cool, awesome like mechanical suit. Then you have Thor with his muscles and tight vest. Then you have Captain America and his super blue tight outfit. I thought it looked kind of comical when he first appeared to fight Loki. Like I thought he looked kind of clownish. He's like, so it's like I've seen this before. This is from night. I've seen this before in World War II. No man's gonna stand. No man is gonna submit to you like that. And I'm like, this is bad. It's no.
Dude, already the main villain doesn't look intimidating, but if you're a superhero that looks less intimidating than Loki, get yourself a better makeup, please. A makeover.
I don't know. It's like I was thinking, what happened? He should have just kept the old costume. Like that thing looked like padding, and it made him look actually buff.
It was just very protective as it was in the first film. Remember how like the suit the helmet that he was wearing, it protected him gratefully. This one here, it just didn't look like it was it was taken seriously at all. You couldn't take it seriously at all. And I couldn't believe that, Captain America's getting a straight face wearing that costume.
Yeah, especially when he tries to speak like he's from like 1930s or 40s. It's like, hey son.
I love that little bit of a comedy from the 1940s when he met Nick Fury for the first time and he thought he was a butler and he gave him a tip.
Oh no, that was bad.
Man, everybody burst out laughing, saying that we're back in 1940s in modern day. But man, I love the fact that this film, the best part of this film was the last action sequence, and oh man, it was the best one. There's no goddamn fucking shaky camera. You can identify these characters for who they are just by looking at them. And second of all, you can know what's going on by just visual storytelling. You can see the villains getting killed. You can see who's attacking who, and who's in trouble and all that stuff. And I don't know how long the action sequences lasted. I think 30 minutes, but it felt shorter than that because like they say, time flies when you're having fun. And man, I was having so much fun with this film at the very end.
Yeah, dude, it's like it was amazing how everything like build up to the end very effectively, almost flawlessly, I think.
Oh, exactly. And oh man, I think that was like the best action sequences that we've seen in just an action like in general in probably years because like I said, I'm not one of those guys that just blinds myself with action and forget about the storytelling. Because the script was good enough. There's no way you could get any better when you're doing a crossover like this. Because when you see crossovers, especially in video games, their storytelling sucks.
Yeah, well, it's because it's like they always get like B-hack movie studios in low budgets to make a video game movie. It's just not fair. It sucks. Yeah. But like I don't know, comic books they really came a long way, and it really proves like you can make an incredible movie from a comic book. It's like before it was treated the same way. No one wanted to touch a comic book movie because they thought they were going to be awful, unless it was like Superman or Batman or something. Mm-hmm. But like, oh my god! But still, I like to go back to that costume of Captain America. Like, I'm just asking why? Why? Oh god! To me, those the boots and the hands are too distracting. They should have toned it down or something.
We came from not talking about Captain America at all, and now we're talking about Captain America forever.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel scarred about that
dude,
costume.
What did you think about when Hulk was flying off the ship, and then landed in the subway station?
Oh, that was mad funny. Like, I don't know. I don't know. It was really incredible. Like, wait, are you talking about when he crashed and he became like human again, or
Yeah, that part.
that? I don't
They're
know.
like,
That,
"Are
that,
you
that
an alien?" There was like one witness saying, asking, interrogating, the Hulk, in his human form. He was like saying, "Are you an alien? No. Then you have a serious condition."
I love it. I love that line. It's like I love how it's like when he's talking about it, it's like Hulk kind of already knows like his situation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And another thing, I want to talk about like the actor for Captain America. Like, I don't know. It's
He
like
was a really great pick for Captain
yeah.
America because he had that boyish, manly, clean, 100% clean charm that you can see from the 1940s era. Because anything that's like dirty or anything that has cussing in it, that's a big no-no. It can't be shown in film, and that's kind of like the appeal that we get from Captain America.
Yeah. Though I don't know. It's like Chris Evans. Like I don't know. It's like the dynamics between Captain America and like Iron Man is like, of course, people know like it's like they really go head to head and toe to toe with each other. Like they really contradict or balance each other out on in the team dynamic of the Avengers. It's like I'm thinking like Chris Evans. To me he has to really step up to be like Robert Downey Jr.'s equal, and
Yeah.
that's not easy. I think that's kind of hard. Like.
Yeah, that was pretty hard.
Yeah, plus it's not easy when Chris Evans is wearing that costume, though.
Okay, enough about the costume.
I can't. I'm so scarred by it. I can't.
Okay, let's go talk about something good. Now
Okay,
we're in
okay.
the third action sequence, and that was when we were when the invasion started. When Loki made the portal open, and we can't destroy the machine that was opening the portal because it was in a barrier that only Loki's staff could work, right? And that was so awesome that, these alien invasion, I don't know what species they're from. I think that was something from the Thor movie I need to watch again. But anyway, they were all coming down and automatically attacking everything because, Loki is trying to use his army to dominate the world. Are you flipping the bird at me?
No, dude.
Because you're doing it like this, man.
No, it's my. If you can tell, this is the finger that I've had. Well, it's my messed up finger, but never mind. My bridge of my nose is really aching. Sorry.
All right, sorry about that. But
No,
anyway.
I didn't mean to do that. No, I'm sorry. If you can tell, my finger. Well, you know my hand. You know the situation of it.
All right. But anyway, the third action sequences, like I said earlier, it took 30 minutes. I mean, it was 30 minutes long, but I felt shorter because you're having such a good time that, you couldn't, it felt shorter than 30 minutes, right? Oh, man.
Yeah.
I think the best, oh, man. And then when finally Hulk, who was mysteriously, now obeying the Avengers, transformed and obeyed, all the plans and all that stuff. Man,
Yeah, that seems to be another weird thing, yeah, because like in the mythos of like Hulk, he's usually just a mindless monster. You can't control him, but I guess if you're going to have like a Hulk on a team, I think he really has to be a team player. He can't be like some guy who just is a mindless monster and he just breaks everything. It's not gonna work that way,
dude. I don't know what's going on with your camera, but you're rainbow.
I'm a rainbow? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you're
no
a
way.
pixelated rainbow.
No, come on.
Oh, man. Okay. Try putting your hand on the camera like this.
No, because I'm viewing myself. I feel normal.
Okay. Now it's better.
So should I start over?
No,
Right.
we can still talk. I got it in camera. Man, we got so many interruptions in this vlog. But anyway.
Yeah, my glasses are killing my nose. Let me tell you.
All right, you can take off your glasses while we're doing the vlog.
I can't see you though. It's like I gotta squint. Like I feel more Japanese or something. I can't see. I don't know.
Damn, is your eyesight that flat?
It's pretty bad, dude.
Okay.
All this will be cut though, from the video.
Maybe you could switch to context.
Contact, yeah. I probably should next time.
Now, after that second interruption, oh man, man, what do you think was your favorite part of that the final action sequence in that film?
Oh god, there's just
That's
so many.
when the Hulk finally entered, and that big gigantic alien ship that bio, I don't know, organic bio ship that's flying down, and then Hulk automatically just smashed his head and stopped the thing from flying towards the Avengers. That was awesome as fuck, man. I was like,
Yeah.
everybody was like, damn, and all that stuff.
Oh my god, I have so many. I don't know. Hulk was, yeah. It's like I love when he first entered. I think one of my favorite scenes is like when Tony Stark, he's being sort of the Messiah at the final hour. It's like you see him like he's just launching the nuke, and he's in the air in the portal. Then he like closes his eyes and he's falling back in. And I'm like, oh, so heartbreaking. No, Tony, don't die. And like,
oh man, and Tony, I think he was more independent than everybody else because they were all trying to. They all have their great gadgets and strength, and they're just using all what they were capable of against all these guys. And you know, Hawkeye especially, he was just like shooting guys after guys that were flying everywhere.
yeah, like, oh man, I was like, yes. I don't know, it's like, yeah, Tony's like, I don't know, he's still, I don't know, his character is pretty much the same as the previous movies. It's like, he's such a cool, eccentric character, and Hawkeye is like, I really like him as a new addition. He gives that old school feel of a hero, like of an archer. Like, oh man. And it's like, and I don't know, it's like, I still kind of, I'm really hoping to see him in the mask, though, Hawkeye, because, like, to me, that's, like, iconic for his character. Though, I don't know. Oh, yeah, another thing I've been kind of wondering about is, like, I'm not so sure if you found it annoying, but, like, for me, I found it a bit, like, they always do, like, a FaceTime between, like, Chris Evans, like, to me, Captain America is when he wears the mask. He keeps taking it off. Like, darn.
Just take out the mask and throw it. I hate that stupid fucking helmet that he's wearing in this Avengers film. I mean, like, dude, I'm surprised that nobody was laughing in this film. I mean, nobody in the cast on screen was laughing at Captain America's, you know, helmets. Because, you know, if I were Tony Stark, I'll be like, you know, you might be laughing at the fact that I'm wearing an armor suit just to fight my battles. At least I'm not the one looking like I'm going to a birthday party.
Yeah. He really could have said that, and everybody would have agreed.
I mean, like, you have a great opportunity to own this guy and take off it, ask for a wardrobe, a different wardrobe instead of the current one he's wearing. It looked like it looks deflatable, if you ask me.
Yeah. I don't want to be mean, but I think Tony, he was really owning Captain America in that film.
All right, now
it was not fair. Oh God.
Oh man, Tony was so great in this film when he was like shooting all kinds of rockets and all those kind of spheres. And I'm surprised that Loki's so indestructible, mainly because he's a god. But
I love. Oh my God. I love that scene when it's like Loki's going on a rant about how powerful he is, and the Hulk just grabs him like a rag. Yeah, that was priceless.
Dude, everybody was laughing because we were all expecting, you know, one of those speeches, right, where it's like, "I will not be bullied by some brute," and then out of nowhere, Hulk grabbed him by the leg and he smashed him like a beanie bag up and down, crashing Tony's apartment, man.
That was I thought that was mad funny, and it's like then Hulk at the end he says "puny man" and he just walks away.
Yeah.
Oh, that was awesome. Oh, my God.
And then, you know, like we were talking about earlier, when they were fighting each other's conflicts in the middle of film, like we said earlier, Nick Fury was carrying a nuke on board, and they were going to use it again to, what should I call it? They were going to use it again to fire it at New York to destroy the portal, right? Oh, man, and, you know, the Avengers wouldn't allow that to happen. And that was so awesome when they fired that nuke. You know, Tony Stark grabbed hold of that nuclear missile and then went right through the portal and blew it off, man.
Yeah, man, I love that. That's one of my favorite scenes in that final hour. It's like,
Man,
it's so
we were holding our breath, saying like, we're not gonna see Iron Man. We're not gonna see Iron Man anymore. And
yeah.
then,
After they,
out of nowhere, he just made it through the portal, and that was so awesome at the end when the battle was over. They were trying to wake up Tony Stark, right? And Hulk's, woke him up by roaring at him.
then he starts doing his eccentric banter, and it's like he's back, he's alive, and oh my god, that's what Hulk was. That was just mad funny and awesome when he revived Tony. He shouted at him, it's like, wake up,
man,
you're not gonna die.
So good.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I love how all of these characters, they just interact and help each other out. Like, I love that scene where it's like Tony's falling to his death, and like Hulk goes into the air and catches him. That was just awesome.
Yeah, these were not just like cameos like the previous Avengers films, where just like, oh, this is what you're gonna see in the Avengers film, and you're like, oh man, that's awesome! It's Hawkeye in the Thor film. And then you're like, that's it. He was about to fire his arrow, and that was not it. And then, in this film, you saw hundreds of arrows being fired by Hawkeye. You saw, I'm gonna say Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow doing her flexible moves. You saw Captain America being American.
Yeah.
And Tony Stark showing the best gadgets that he can offer in his Iron Man suit. Thor being as manly as powerful as possible and godly as can be, and Hulk at his best. Damn it, Hulk was the highlight of this film. He was better than the Hulk films in the previous session because he's taken seriously, but at the same time he's funny. I mean, that was so funny when Tony Stark was confronting Loki earlier, and he said, "I have an army, but we have a Hulk."
Oh man, Tony and his liners, he was just amazing. Like
oh man,
yeah.
Any liner that Tony Stark would do, it's effective. You could feel sorry for him. You could burst out laughing. You could just simply feel emotionally invested with his character. No matter if he tries to do a certain tone, the audience follows it.
Yeah, I mean that guy is just an amazing eccentric character. Like, oh my god, it's like, yeah, I really want to see more from him. Like, yeah, I could talk on about that guy, I guess.
Yeah, okay, now let's go talk about the end. Now that they stopped, they threw the nuclear bomb at the other side of the portal and threw it at that giant space shuttle that where the aliens were coming from through the portal. And what they were trying to do is like Nick Fury is like trying to tell everybody, trying to tell his those guys in the shadows that he's talking to in the portal. We're just guessing that those guys are U.S. politicians or probably the United Nations or something like that. They were just saying, Tony, we should have. They were like, Nick, we apologize for shooting the nuke, but we couldn't take the chances. Well, you should have took the chances because we have the most powerful force in the entire planet Earth, and that is the Avengers.
Yeah. Oh god, that was like, and I love how, like, I don't know, like at the ending scene, like all the characters went their own separate ways, and it's like I like that idea, like, they're separate but they're together. It's like, and it kind of gives like an excuse for like maybe Captain America to say, "Avengers, assemble!" and suddenly all of them come together, like from all their different lands.
They're not two-dimensional. Everybody has like their own personalities, their own character arc, and it's like they're not going to be like those two-dimensional stuff that we've seen from the comic books, where like they're together. It's just more about their powers and their action rather than their what we know from them in the character side.
Well, I mean, like, what I liked about the ending was that it's like it gives them a reason it's like if they're going to do sequels, it gives a reason for them to have their own movie. You're not going to see like some other Avenger popping into Captain America and like bailing him out and kind of taking. Yeah, it's like I like that because like it gives them space and room to grow. And if they were to do another Avenger movie, they can get together again.
I
So
had
yeah.
a really bad thought. I was like saying, like you said, like the way the Avengers ended, there's guaranteed to be more of those films by each of those members of the Avengers. Like there's gonna be Thor 2. I was just wondering, how's Captain America gonna make his own sequel since he's already in modern day? Is he gonna wear that same birthday suit?
I hope not. I swear to God, I hope they change it to something else.
It just doesn't look good in live action because it's kind of like how like you do spiky hairs and go Dragon Ball Z. It looks good in animation, but when you do it in live action, it don't look right. It makes them look like fucking douchebags.
Well, I think if done in a certain way, and I think they can make it work. Like in Captain America 1, like I love how they played out the suit to fit the style and the setting of like World War II, and I think if they could, I think they could modernize it in a different way. I think the costume, even though it looked good on paper, some of the elements were just too extreme, especially the colors. I thought they were just way too bright. It's
No way you could sneak past through Heil Hydra's lab trying to wear that costume for stealth. I think as much as we praise this film because how much satisfactory it did, okay, but let's continue about the ending before we start talking about the negatives. Okay, okay. Wait. Let's just talk about the ending. There's definitely going to be Thor 2, like I said, sorry for making a big mistake because I said the Avengers film movie is Thor 2 as well as Iron Man 3, Hawkeye 1, and all that stuff. But anyway, it's just that having, they, like you said, they did the perfect ending to make more sequels because, as soon as they captured Loki, they sent Thor and Loki back to their own world. And it was disappointing at the fact that we never got a chance to see Natalie Portman and Thor together. And Tony Stark drove away with with his SUV back to his business. With the Hulk, no. I think the Hulk went with did he win with the Hulk?
Yeah, he was.
Okay. Scarlett Johansson drove with Captain America and Hawkeye, and then that was the the end. And now this is the thing that made, because I heard that there's going to be another trailer in during the credits, and lots of people didn't know about this teaser, so they all went out of the theaters, and I felt so sorry for each and every one of those people in the movie theater that I went to that just left after the theater because for the ones who still sat down and watched the trailer, they were all prepared to see what's going to happen next. Are we going to see more footage from The Amazing Spider-Man? Are we going to see a Deadpool movie? Are we going to see another Marvel character exclusively on a comic book finally making it on the big screen? Nope. We saw the remains of that base where the aliens were coming from, and it was showing that there's going to be Avengers 2. And who was that talking? Okay, there was like this narration that felt like it was like Megatron from Transformers doing like this evil speech saying, it was something like we underestimated the humans. They're unpredictable. And then he was just like making this dramatic speech, but we'll come back. He turned his head away, and then I thought it was Red Hawk, but in a matter of fact, who it was? It was Thanos. Thanos, man. I was wondering because he was like one of Iron Man's greatest arch nemesis, and he made a great history with the Avengers when they were battling against him. And it's great to see that he's coming to do Avengers 2 or probably Iron Man 3. I don't know what's going to happen next, but man, I can't wait for this. Avengers 2. But I mean, like after seeing Avengers 1, but Avengers 1, that was great, man. I mean, everybody in the theater simultaneously gasped when they saw Thanos' face when he turned around. Oh man,
That was pretty cool. It's like in his species, like they are quite formidable. I'd like to see like how that plays out in the movie.
oh man. Oh man, I mean like I first was introduced to Thanos by Marvel vs. Capcom 2 because he was one of the most powerful characters in the roster, and you know Thanos is one of the greatest classic Marvel villains, you know, like ever, you know, and you know just to see him in the big screen just made us gasp since the first time we saw you know. Darth Vader taking his first breath in Star Wars Episode 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I have to say though, it's like also, yeah, but still about that Captain America thing. I don't know. I guess you could always do flashbacks, but
Nah, I don't want to do a prequel film. It seems like now Captain America is now in modern day. It seems like they're gonna do like a fish out of water story like Thor.
yeah, but I think it would make. I guess it would. Maybe he could work for Shield or do his own work for the military. But like, I don't know. I think one of the big problems for like for Captain America is like I don't know. I think it's like the actor himself. I just don't. To me, I just don't feel like he looks like he could be from the 1930s. He
doesn't look like 1930s. He just doesn't look modern day.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of tough. Plus, it's like his body type. It's very like tall and slender. I don't know. It's like
he was athletic. Remember the part when he in the Avengers where he was doing the punching bag and he just knocked him out? That was funny when he grabbed another punching bag and everybody laughed, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's like yeah, Captain America did really seem over. They just got to change the costume design, I think.
All right. Now, it sounds like we're being too generous and sometimes nitpicky, but let's go talk about some of the things that you wish the Avengers film actually did.
I sort of wish they changed the actor, but that's just my opinion.
No. Nothing about like those nitpicks about Captain America or anything like that.
Okay. What did I? Well, okay. Other than that, I think it's kind of hard to tell. Like, I don't know. It's like I thought the movie was pretty solid overall. I wish I think his name Agent Carson. I wish he didn't really die. I wish there was like another way that they could have did like something tragic to get the team together, because it was like I don't know. I feel like that just seems like another potential spin-off from the Avengers that I thought that was kind of lost. But they did say that he was going to come back as maybe the ghost, the agent after he died. But I don't know. That's sort of kind of like another weird thing about it. I don't know. It's that's my only complaint.
You know what's my only complaint with the film? Nick Fury.
Nick Fury?
I wish he did something more besides being the guy commanding the ship and giving them orders and being confident. Yeah. I mean, like, you know, he could be just, like, agile and shooting shit everywhere. And I was, for God's sake, it's Samuel L. Jackson. This guy's supposed to be those guys that, you know, goes over the top all the time. He's like...
But...
I mean, like, whatever happened to those scenes where it's like, waste the motherfuckers, dude? I mean, like, he's, like, so calm, and he's like, we're the keepers of the peace. I mean, he's like Mace Windu, for God's sake. All over again.
Like, or, like, when he's like, you threatened my world with war. You have made me very desperate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was sort of... But he was, I have to admit, he was sort of intense in that way, like... He was a man in distress, but restrained. So I guess that was kind of cool to see. But yeah, he didn't really do much. But people are supposedly Shield might be having its own movie.
Oh man! And you know who else should have been in Avengers?
Ant-Man?
No, not Ant-Man, because you know they've had screen time for him. I'm talking about one character that had screen time in the previous pre-Avengers film that should have been in this one.
You mean
War Machine? War Machine.
That would have been cool. But that's an Iron Man hero, though.
Yeah, but they had some pepper in the age there.
Yeah, but that's because, like, she's kind of like Tony's right hand woman. It's his assistant or his lover, I guess.
Man, I mean, like, just War Machine. I mean, like, just appearing at the third battle. You know, helping Tony Stark as Iron Man, as he did in Iron Man 2.
That would have been kind of cool. That would have been a perfect hero, like, to be in, like, a big out all war. It's like you have, like, a huge chaotic war. You have to have, like, a kick-ass War Machine.
Oh, and you know who else should have been in an Avengers film because they were also in the pre-Avengers film as well? Red Skull. He didn't. I swear to God, he did not die in. I swear, he did not die in Captain America. He just was transported to that portal with that cubic thing, right? The same one that made the portal.
They might be saving that for, like, maybe Iron Man. I mean, they might be saving it for Avengers 2. Who knows? I don't know.
Not Captain America 2, where it's Captain America instead of Marvel.
Yeah.
No, it would be pretty interesting. Captain America fighting Iraqis.
Yeah. Yeah, that does seem kind of. Honestly, I don't know how the hell they're gonna make a Captain America 2 at this point.
Yeah, with that red boot tight, and then he's like in the middle of Baghdad saying, "We are America. We're here to protect and serve."
Oh no! You might as well make him fight aliens or something. I don't know. Like, this is American space, and we're here to defend it. And it's like, throws his mighty shield and hits alien in the head. I don't know. That's just, it's gonna be tough to see how that's gonna work.
Yeah, let me see. Another thing that should have been in the film. I mean, like, Thor has a lot more villains, and I think it should, just having Loki. I mean, just having Loki as only one villain in the entire film. Seems like it wasn't enough. Because remember, Avengers was like a group of good guys versus a group of bad guys. We always just had one villain. You know?
Yeah, I don't. It's like, I mean, I don't know. To me, I'm trying to think of, like, yeah, I guess you have a series of just one villain fighting an entire group of heroes.
Yeah, not to mention they got a Hulk.
They got a Hulk. I'm trying to. It'd be kind of cool to see, like, maybe all of, like, the counterparts, like, all of the Avengers counterparts fighting each other in, like, the next film. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. We're not bashing this film in any way necessary. We're just giving out how we really feel about the film. As much as how much fun I had with this film, I'm not going to say it's the greatest film of all time because, it's just a crossover. It's just seeing them together. And now they're, at the end of the film, they're separated. And then now it's going to be back to their individual movies.
But it's like, I have to say, but this, even though it's a crossover, to me, I think it's a crossover that was done well. And I have to admit, despite what I think about the film or who I thought...
You're doing that, Can you do that,
Okay.
The hand? Okay, there.
Yeah, but I don't know, despite whatever I thought, like, who should have had the part or which actor should have been the, like, whatever, I think, like, overall, the film is a well-made film.
Yeah.
From its.
I mean, it went beyond our expectation. I came in thinking that it's going to be a disaster, but I never skipped I never ever skipped a Marvel film when it's in theaters. I mean, like, whenever there's a Marvel film, I have to see it in theaters because I love comic books to death, and I'm just glad that Avengers did better than that we were all expecting, because we were all expecting it to be a disaster. When I went to when I went to see this theater, we got this group of crowds that's similar to the Transformers crowd, because these are the brain dead, stupid idiot crowd that doesn't even pay attention to the story, only distract themselves, blind themselves for action.
Well, to me, dude, is like, I think Transformers proved you can't have a movie just based on action. It gives me a headache. It's Transformers to me is like
that's what I know. We compare Avengers to Transformers, but there is no other movie we could compare to Avengers to Transformers, because this is a crossover done very well. better than Freddy vs. Jason. Better than I can't think of any other crossover film. Oh, better than Alien vs. fucking Predator, man.
Oh no, no comparison,
Dude,
dude. For
even the
real.
comic books of Alien vs. Predator are so much better than the fucking movie, man.
Yeah. That's I don't know. Maybe if Dark Horse had their own studio, they could probably do justice.
Yeah, they probably would.
Yeah, that's the cool thing. Like Marvel's is like they said, hell with it. We're not gonna let Sony or frickin' Fox ruin our movies. We're gonna do it ourselves and make it awesome.
I know. Thanks to a movie, their very first good movie, Blade, they were able to
Yeah.
make a whole decade of Marvel films each year. And, to this very day, since, like, X-Men started the whole... Okay, since Blade and X-Men started the whole superhero comic book movies, you know, each and every year we've been having more and more, each and every year we have at least like one or two Marvel movies, and it just makes us feel like the going to the movies is great. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
To me, I'm really glad we're in a Marvel-based world. I don't know. I don't know if I could handle DC heroes too much. They're
Yeah,
cool.
me too. They're cool, but
Yeah.
what else besides Batman? Well,
Yeah. You have
Bat-
Superman.
Batman, Watchmen,
Uh,
300. Yeah, I guess
uh,
that's pretty much it I can think of. But overall,
yeah.
do you think the Avengers should have been, was good enough to be in your top 10 favorite comic book movies?
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's like they just.
Even despite the fact that you have complaints with, Captain America wearing those red boots.
I, based on the whole film and how everyone interacts, it's not just about Captain America. It's about this whole team and group of people interacting together. To me, dude, I would buy that movie and like watch it over again, like in my house if I could. If I could get it right now, that's how much I like it. Man, I don't know. It's just a really good. It's just a really nice film. It proves that you could have like a crossover of all these heroes and make it work. I don't know. I was sort of scared because I'm like thinking like I don't know. I felt like it was like almost like movie suicide. Like you're gonna put all your heroes and shove them into one movie. You're just hoping nothing goes wrong. Yeah, I mean it's like I don't know. To be honest, I haven't so far this year. I don't know. It's like I've just been waiting for the Avengers.
Yeah,
movie.
the Avengers was like my dying grace for something good because I'm still trying to heal from Mass Effect 3 for fuck's sake.
Oh, don't remind me. I don't know. After the storm that happened, or after the things that happened there, I can't come to finish the game. Maybe someday.
I
don't know.
can't pick up Mass Effect ever again. Ever since the
Uh-huh.
last episode of the Boot Shot Radio podcast. Oh my god.
I don't know. Well, at least we have 1 and 2. At least we have those. 3
I
is
can't
just
look at 1 and 2 the same.
just don't think 3 ever happened. Just keep it as a blank ending.
Yeah,
Like,
just say that the Collectors was the last big threat. Okay, all right.
Yeah, that's one thing I don't get about Mass Effect 3. You have all these incredible companions. Why the hell throw them away? Like, what the hell are they going to be doing? It's like, the universe is coming to an end. It's not the world that's coming to an end. It's the entire universe. And what do some of these guys do?
Let's be honest here. The defense of the universe was done better in the Avengers than it ever was in Mass Effect 3.
Still, I can never understand.
I'm just glad that they gave us a good ending in the Avengers. There's nothing anticlimactic. There's nothing terribly wrong. It was just good character arc, then the action, and a good ending.
Yeah, that was pretty. Oh my god, that movie was just. Oh man.
I mean, I just had a great first impression with the film, and I just hope that I can watch it again and again without changing my mind with the Avengers, because that was great. You need. I don't know about the theaters that all of you guys watching us right now went to, but the ones that we went to, for me, Japan, over there in California, the crowd was just eating it up, and it felt like a roller coaster ride because everybody was bursting out laughing, gasping simultaneously, and applauding whenever they see Avenger, something dramatic or anything like that.
Oh my god, dude! People were applauding. I didn't know if it was the TV. I didn't know if it was the TV screen or the audience, but people were applauding when they had that one circular shot of all the Avengers together.
Oh yeah, me too. Oh man, I think that overall, I think it was definitely a great action flick. I'm just glad that it did not disappoint. You know.
I'm same here. It's like, I don't know. It's like it just get. It's like I wouldn't want to see that happen. It's like, especially with all those cool characters.
Yeah.
But
So.
and also, like, I don't know, but still, it's like, I guess also what I like about the film too is that the movie played really well to like each character. Like, I don't know, like Captain America, I mean Thor, Iron Man, they take the disguise. Hulk, he picks off whatever, and like Hawkeye, he's kind of like a watchtower trying to shoot down all these other arrows, and like Captain America and like Black Widow, they're doing groundwork.
Yeah.
It's like they play to their abilities really good in the film.
Yeah. There's not. It's like even though you're weak, that doesn't mean that you're incapable of doing anything. Yeah. So what do you think about Avengers 2? What do you think about it? You know, you think there's going to be more members of the Avengers 2? I mean, more members of the Avengers in Avengers 2, because I know that there are more members in Avengers than what we got in this film.
Well, definitely, I think so. I mean, like,
Spider-Man is one of the Avengers. Do you think Amazing Spider-Man would be pre-Avenger 2 after pre-Avenger?
well, that's a problem because like this is what I hate about studios. Different studios own different parts of Marvel, and they're doing this movie universe. Like, Amazing Spider-Man is not part of like Paramount's universe of Marvel, so he won't be in there. And Spider-Man, even though he was in Civil War, he's not officially part of the Avengers. But I'm thinking he should be, because like he's a big character, and it'd be kind of cool to see him in there. But sadly, he's not. But I don't know. I'm thinking like characters that will be there. I'm hoping. I don't know, maybe like Ant-Man or Pixie. Like, in the movie, they made a lot of references to like
they did.
Ant and Boot. Yeah.
So overall, we did like the film. So
Yeah.
anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this vlog.
Yeah. And I'm hoping to see Black Panther. I like to see that guy there.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So let's close this vlog and just move on to our lives. I got to get back to reviewing stuff, man. And giving out a lot of good stuff for itstailtime.net, since it's already summertime, and I got a lot of free time, man. All right. Thanks, everybody, for watching this vlog. We're going to do more vlogs here in this itstailtime.net.